Well, we had a very poorly managed election that's still trying to get figured out. It was either total incompetence or a big fraud. I lean towards it being a big fraud, only because we've seen so much of that, especially in the last 4 years from the Democrats. We'll see what comes out of it. Hopefully the courts can stick to the United States Constitution and get the right candidate elected, who, based on the way the campaigns were run and the amount of support showed for either candidate, common sense would tell you Trump had what we thought to be an insurmountable hill for Biden to climb. But mail-in ballot seemed to do the trick for Biden. You know, I don't think the American people should just roll over and accept this, regardless of what the final outcome is. It's time for, if the federal government steals this election from Trump, they've made it very clear that they're not interested in being a representative government, representing the people. So it's only natural that we should return the favor and reject them. I think that any federal program or agent or whatever that tries to interfere in your way of life, they should be met with some hostility. We need to take all of our resources and our energy that we've given to the Trump campaign and the Trump movement and put it into our local governments. I'm guilty of spending too much time worried about the federal government, and my blind spot was my local stuff. So we need to build a proverbial wall between our communities and the federal government. They don't have our best interests at heart if you're a conservative. So it's going to be up to us to maintain our way of life, our freedoms. So we'll wait to see what the final outcome of all this is. As I'm recording this on Sunday, November 8th, of course, Biden has accepted the declaration of the mainstream media that he'll be the next president. I don't believe it, and it's not the mainstream media's job to pick winners and losers. Like I said earlier in the video, hopefully the courts will do what's right. We can expose some of this fraud. So we'll pick up in the next video when anything new comes out. There's obviously a ton of information out there that proves fraud. They weren't allowing these poll watchers all over the place, glitches in these systems, people burning Trump ballots, on and on and on. The proof is out there. You're just not going to see it on the boob tube. They're not going to show it. Just like they didn't show the crowds at the Trump rallies, or even the rallies altogether. Really, you had to really search out to try and find those broadcasts. So if Trump and the American people, his supporters, can overcome all those obstacles, just like we did in 2016, but it's just so much more blatant and worse now, because Trump is truly going after the establishment. In his own words, he was this close to breaking the deep state. And I think that's the deep state's motivation, is they don't want to go to jail, they don't want to get exposed, they want to keep living off the backs of the American people in their fancy mansions and beach houses and on and on. And Trump saw it, he wanted to do something about it, so he ran for president. He gained the support of the American people, and he got to work. I don't think that Trump knew how murky and deep the swamp was, there's very few people in Washington he can trust. So I think it's been a hard road for him. And with the media totally against him, it might turn out to be an impossible feat. And that would be really sad for this country. That would be the end of what our founding fathers fought so hard for. And the point of me beginning to make these political videos is just one part of me continuing that fight for the patriots of this country. So keep checking back for some more videos. I'm going to try and dedicate some more time to this. Learn how to build a channel. Learn how to show source documents on these videos, edit them, things like that. So that's going to be it for today. This is Patrick signing off. We'll see you next time.